Mohammed-sharif Alghusain, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much, Rosemary, for having me.
You just got back to Canada. You're in Montreal. How are you doing? How are you feeling?
Well, I'm feeling much better than the situation there, seriously.
Yeah.
I'm feeling grateful that I was able to get out. At the same time, I have some sort of guilt feeling that I left behind my family. So it's a mixed feeling.
Yeah. Can you give us a sense of what you went through in Gaza over the past number of weeks and then trying to get out?
Yeah. I can give you just a very short summary.
Yeah.
Well, I was at my house first, and then, the escalation or the war started. So I had to leave my house because I live on a high floor. I had to leave my house. That was the first time that I evacuated. So I took very small stuff, whatever I could take. And I left to a more safer place. Like a week after, I realized that my house, my family house as well, got bombarded because the whole building that I was living in got fully destroyed. So that was the first time. And then we were asked to leave the north to the south. So again, I had to evacuate one more time, grab my family, go to the south, a safe place supposedly. Then they had something beside us, so I had to move again to another place and so on. And then, one of my daughters, I'm just gonna tell you how I took the decision to come back to Canada, which I think is a very good decision.
Yeah.
One of my daughters is diabetic. She has type 1 diabetes. So, her glucose level with fear and being scared, it fluctuates really so much. So at a certain incident, we had some bombardment beside us. Her sugar level was like 170, and it dropped down in a second to 30. So that means that she could go into a coma. There's no hospitals, as you know.
Yeah.
There's no place to go to. She's only 7 years old. So I really can't take the responsibility of having something happen to her.
No.
So I had to take the decision to leave. And of course, it's not an easy decision because I'm saving my daughters, but I'm leaving my parents behind, and they're old and they need my help.
Yeah.
So you can only imagine it's the worst decision anyone can take, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine. I can't imagine anything that you've been through and how hard that was for you. What was it like getting out? Was it easy, frustrating? How hard was it to actually get to Rafah and across the border?
Well, yeah, getting to Rafah was really hard and dangerous. Moving at all in Gaza, whether in the south or the north, is very, very dangerous because you don't know what's going to be hit next to you or along the way. So getting to Rafah was very dangerous. I was relieved when I got there to the border itself. And then from Rafah to Cairo, it was a little bit easier because we had some people from the embassy in Cairo waiting for us at the Egyptian side at Rafah. So they took care of a lot of stuff, actually. And then I booked a ticket and I came back here.
What did you do when you arrived in Montreal? Like the sense of relief must have been overwhelming.
Well, I arrived yesterday.
Yeah.
And I found a lot of friends waiting for me at the airport, which was really, really nice of them.
Yeah.
We're not prepared for the winter yet, so they brought us some jackets and winter boots and so on, especially for the kids, so they can, But I'm glad my kids are, to a certain extent, relieved and they feel safe. Safety, Rosemary, is turns out it's the very, very most important thing. Feeling safe is something that you can't really, it's extremely important.
Yeah.
If we're living without feeling safe, then it's not worth living, seriously. I lived the past month, extremely dangerous situation. I've lost a lot of friends, a lot of family members. They're all very nice people, and they have pictures, they have names, they have histories, they had wishes. They had the goals that they used to work for. I lost an engineer that used to work for me. I'm an engineer myself, and I had a construction company. So my office manager, he got bombarded. He died, along with his wife. He's 27 years old. His wife is 25. and their kid is 8 months old.
Yeah.
And they all died after moving to that house. So it's really horrible. Every day we wake up in the morning, we had a way of making sure that everyone is okay. So we had a WhatsApp group, and everyone should say in the morning as soon as he wakes up that I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, so that we know that they're still alive. And unfortunately, so far, we've lost 4 of those people that were on the group so far.
Mohammed, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for that loss. I'm so sorry to hear that story. And there's so many stories like that. What about your parents? What about your parents and your sisters? Have you talked to Canadian officials about getting them out?
I really tried. I sent so many emails. I tried talking to the embassy in Cairo. I talked to people here in Ottawa. I talked to so many people because they're my immediate family. They're my parents, my father and my mother. So immediate families, I thought that they should be included in the list. And there are only 4 people. And basically adding them on the list, like other nationalities do, that means saving their lives. Basically, it's as simple as that.
Yeah. Are you sad? Are you angry? Where are your emotions in all of this?
Very mixed feelings. I'm very, very happy that my daughters are safe. That's for sure. They're still very young. At the same time, extremely sad that I left my family behind. Yeah. Listen, Rosemary, you know what? Like, we had nothing to do with this, and we lost everything. I personally lost everything. I lost my house, I lost my cars, my company, my friends, a lot of my family. I had to leave my parents behind again. We lost everything, and I really didn't have anything to do with this.
Yeah.
So I have very mixed feelings. Yeah. Seriously. Of
Mohammed,
course, very sad for whatever is happening.
Yeah. Mohammed, I hope you get settled a little bit in Montreal, but I'd love to talk again in a couple weeks and check in and see how you guys are doing. But I'm glad you're in Canada. I'm glad you're safe, and I'm sending good thoughts for the rest of your family too. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Rosemary. Thank you for having me.